welcome back to Gazza's Koi Pond. I'm Gary. If you could do me a huge favour and perhaps hit the like, share, subscribe, click that bell for any notifications for any future up and coming videos, and I'll let you have a quick look around. Here we are from a sunny West Yorkshire, blue skies everywhere, beautiful this morning. Again, looks like it's going to be another cracking day. So a couple of things we want to look at today. I'm going to take you around and see some of my dad's garden ponds and have a look around, show you about, let you see what I made when I was a young kid, what my dad's got in his garden, and basically a bit of gardening that I got done yesterday and what I found whilst doing some gardening. As you can see here in the background over there, it's a great big oak tree just behind the back of me there, and I found this, so I thought I'd have a go at making another little bonsai out of it. Spin cam round and let you have a look. So guys, one tiny little oak tree, and still attached to it was the acorn, so I took it out with the acorn and potted it in this small little glass jar until I can get myself a proper bonsai pot for it. And we're going to see if we can make this into a informal upright. I think it should be nice. It look nice alongside the other one. Anyway, back to the pond. Yesterday I thought I'd do a bit of a water check, a water test. I'll just grab a bit of food in a second. I'll do a little bit of a water test, and I noticed that my ammonia wasn't off the charts, but you know, it was kind of like mid-danger area on the NT Labs warning sign. So I'm wondering if perhaps maybe the treatments that I put in for removing the blanket algae have perhaps maybe lifted the ammonia levels with it being all broken down and killed back, because as you can see there at the bottom now it's completely gone. I still got a little bit of protein on top, but I do have aerators going up there making a lot of bubbles down in the bottom corner down there. And that's another thing guys, whilst ever you've got these hot temperatures like what there is and like there has been over these last few days, you want to make sure that you've got plenty of air circulation into your ponds, especially towards the later end of the night through into the early hours, because that's when the oxygen levels are lower. So probably a few of us out there that's sending this message, but make sure you've got plenty of oxygen for your fish. Last thing you want to come home to is or get up to in the first thing in the morning is dead fish due to low oxygen levels. I'll give these guys a bit of food and then we'll get on with the video. Let's see if they come up for their breakfast. Might be a bit spooked because I'm in a different position to where I normally feed them. Oh. He's interested. I'll just stand up out of the way. It's funny how if you stand in a slightly different position and feed them, they can act like totally different fish. Really spooked. Not so keen at coming up there at all. Yeah, the strange thing was the ammonia is the only thing that's up. I've no nitrite, no nitrate. pH was okay. My GH was low, so I have put some GH up in. Or KH should I say. So I put some KH up in from NT Labs again, raise that back up a little bit. The GH was fine, so hopefully we're putting a bit of KH up in, and I did a water change yesterday. I'll do another water change today and see if we can get that ammonia level down. Right now, back to the quick flip around and I'll show you the other ponds that I was talking about earlier. So there you go guys, there's his little pond, little goldfish pond, and his beautiful stunning front garden. Absolutely takes a lot of pride in his gardening. I'm hoping one day I can get my garden looking as good as this one. Oh, it's a pan-backed fish pond. You can see some of the tamest little goldfish I think I've ever known. Not spooked at all. Love to come up to feed. A couple of shububkins. He's got a few little koi in here that is growing on as well, which he bought earlier this year, believe it or not, which were only a tiny little fish when he first got them. Sticking a little bit of food on, see if we can get them to come up to feed. All the smaller little goldfish that you can see are some of the actual stock that he gets breeding in here on their own. They spawn up in all this plant and bedding, and those are the ones that have survived. Love a little pond. Little flow return, doesn't go through any form of filter system. The filter system that it does have is one that I made for him. It flows back through this pampas grass there. And I'll have a quick look at the filter system, which was something I came up with myself. I've got one of these on my pond and it's doing so well. This ended up being the only form of filter system my dad's left on this pond. So, it comes in at the top through the opposite side of the UV filter there, comes through the pond one water clarifier, flows round into the top and then trickles through filter media on the inside of a 100 litre water bottle. So you've got 3 layers of sponge, you know, the coarse, medium, fine, and then trickles down through two bags of Alfagrog. The bottom part of the water butt barrel has a little plastic grid inserted in the bottom with support legs to hold it up, and when you want to flush it out you can just turn on the tap, flush out the mucky water and wait till it runs nice and clear. As you see there, the water's run nice and clear, so it does a bottom purge. And then flows back in to the pond at a higher level, around this level, so the grid works down about here and the flow return back in is there. So filters all the way down and through, does a fantastic job. Alfagrog media, and as you can see, crystal clear pond. Perhaps a little bit of protein on top, but my dad does like to feed him because his grandkids come around a lot, so probably feeds him a little more than what he should do. As you can see there in all the little tiny little bits of the this plant, I don't know if it's chickweed or what the type is, what type of plant it is, but it has a small little white flower upon them. But the fish love to spawn in there, and you can see that they've been tracking through all this. So more than likely we should have another round of goldfish to come and more stock to go in this pond. Oh, he's going to have to find some new homes for him. I'll just take you around now and show you his second garden pond, which is something I dug out when I was about 11 years old. That's a fair few years ago, but let's pop you around. Let's see this that garden pond. Yeah, guys. Again, the second garden pond. As you can see, my dad is a very keen gardener. There's not much more space for anything else. There's flowers everywhere. Absolutely packed with them. So, there's the back garden pond. Again, same thing. Filter media. I'll pop the lid off this one with a slightly different layout. But still works the same principle. So, goes in for the top, through the filter sponges, down through the Alfagrog. Again, same principle, straight back into the pan. So, bang a few, he's got a lot of protein on this one as well. It would appear my dad could do with cleaning out his filters a little more too. A little bit more regular, a little bit more often. Bit of sun glare on that. A couple of nice decent sized koi, 30 cm plus. And the rest of them are kibubkin, and there's a couple of small koi and a couple of the larger goldfish he's taken out from the front pond and moved into the rear. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the quick view of my dad's garden ponds. And like I said, the one in the front garden pond used to be a flower bed and my sandpit when I was a toddler. So that one's been obviously no longer a sandpit for a while, but it's been a garden pond for over 20 odd years. My daughter has always known it's been a front garden pond. The back garden pond, like I said, I think I was about 11-year-old when I dug that out. It was dug down to 4.5 foot deep. It's 11 foot long by 6 foot wide. I'm not so sure of the litrage, but you know, as an 11 digging out a pond like that took some doing. It was quite a task. I'm going to get back round to my pond, show you what I feed my pond and my fish for a few treats, and basically pick it up from there. See you in a bit. So guys, right, we're back round at my house now, and I'm going to do a bit of a filter clean. I'll show you my filter system, show you what I've got. It's not the easiest, but I like to keep it all confined and not really all that visible, but I'll show you how my filter system works, and a quick pan of the pond now on the second day of it all being cleaned out, and the filters seems to have done a good job of getting rid of the blanket ulcer. Whether or not we've killed off the blanket algae, time will tell. I'll spin it around for you so you can have a quick look. Alright guys, so here we go. Let you see how it works. Flows back from the pump into the filter system. A bit difficult to get a good shot in there. Through the social media. We've got medium fine, ultra fine, and then some of the floss, and then goes down through the Alfagrog. Again, same thing, to a little bottle drain off tap. Now I normally have this little tray right underneath there from this tree, this little plant, and let that water go straight into the tray, but just for video purposes I've pulled it to one side. Switch tap on, let it run. As you can see, mine went crystal clear pretty quick there, not like my dad's, which seemed to bang out a lot of black muck because he's probably not doing it often enough. That's purged the bottom of the system. It then flows down, out and through, and into a swell garden biofilter, which is the top part of the lid is the ultraviolet. I'll switch all the system off. Inside here then it has a series of sponges, which is like a secondary mechanical filtration, and then that overflows from there and back into the pond. And when I get my battery shower, which unfortunately is not going to arrive this weekend as I was told it was going to do, but more to come on that at a later date, I will have the battery shower then running just off of this, off of a mid-water pickup, and just hopefully just for good bacteria and friendly bacteria for the pond, and then flowing back in. So this will be doing all the cleaning and the mechanical filterization, and this one will be doing the good bacteria. What I'm actually thinking of doing is making a moving bed. So I'm thinking of coming from the pump to a moving bed, to then into the water butt system, or into the water butt system, then from there under gravity into a moving bed, then into the last stage mechanical again, and ultraviolet, and back to the pond. But I'm thinking about making myself something and designing that myself. So I'll get these pumps all switched off, and then filter media's out. Now obviously with them being mechanical, I don't need to be worrying about giving them a good clean off. So what I normally do with them is just take them and then give them a hose pipe off, because the bacterial side of the filtration is in the lower section, which I just allow to trickle through the media in there. So that part of it won't be getting a full clean. Be right back. Right guys, so there we go. All the filter media's all rinsed off. The coarse one, the medium one, and the fine one, the ultra fine, which is basically the same as floss but a denser, thicker layer of it, like a real fine jack matting of a sort. And then the floss, as I say, I use it once or twice. The little pond vac, and then I'm just going to back out that box which is sunk into the ground, give that a quick vac out, put it all back together, switch it back on. I'll get back to you in a second. Right guys, so there you go. I'm just going to do a partial water change now, leave this tap running for an hour or so, which is crystal clear water coming out of there now, and the filters are all back up and running. I'm going to drop a couple of inch out, add a bit of dechlorinator, tap it back up, filters changed, clean should I say, and all vacked out in the last stage biological filter. If you guys haven't actually got what yourselves a pond vac, I highly recommend you get one, and this is one that I have, which is Aquagarden's essential pond vac. Comes, it looks like that, all the attachments, absolutely fantastic, brilliant. Runs for about 30 seconds, for about a minute, then goes off for 30 seconds to empty, and kicks back in and runs again. all the different attachments. Comes with a hose, pond bag, discharge hose, main brush, base brush, fine crevice one, 4 attachments, and filter foam which goes around on the inside. Absolutely brilliant, guys. It's made having a pond and cleaning a pond so much more easy. And then you can have the bottom of your pond spotless and crystal clear, no debris, no muck, no dirt. Seems like the blanket algae has been knocked back. Hopefully that'll get cleaned up and filtered out through the filter system, so I'll just do a couple more regular filter cleans. And all I need to do now is get the grass cut around the garden. The dog over there sunning himself. And once I've got the grass cut, that's my weekend duties done. So, catch you all later. See you on the next one. This is Zeus, my little garden buddy. He spends all his time in the garden with me whenever I'm doing a bit of work and a bit of top up of the pond now. Once this is all done and finished, we should have completed all what we need to do for the weekend. This is JD, my oldest staffer, 15-year-old now, and then there's Zeus, the god of all dogs. Yeah, fish aren't bothered by him. Sits here and stands here and looks at them and watches them all the time. Don't seem to care, do they? Eh? A good boy. I've even had the older dog practically walking on this net, and she don't like standing on the the blue chippings, so she walks across the top of these stones. But now she's getting a little bit uneasy on her feet because she's getting older. She's had a couple of little close, well, she's almost been for a swim once or twice, a couple of close deals where she's wobbled a bit on there. Hey, good boy. Right, guys, I'll get back to you soon. So guys, from me, Zeus and JD, we'll catch you on the next one. Have a good weekend. I'll see you all soon.